Hey everybody, look how infinite this regression is. That's because this is the infinite regression. Yeah, some of you have been here before. Oh, you know what goes down. Some of you have not. If you've never been here, guess what? We start out, we look into the distance, we get sad for some reason because infinity makes us sad, and then we play video games. And today's video game is a doozy. A little game called Shing, but I think you're supposed to say it like Shing, like you're drawing a sword, because this game is all about the swordplay. So, as you can see, very much beat 'em up ish type of game that you have here. Hack and slasher beat 'em upper kind of a deal. And yeah, the first thing, it does have a fully voice acted story, which is not always something you find in a beat 'em up. Like I remember, I won't say the name of the game because people will know. You will know if you're the kind of person who plays these kind of games. You'll definitely know. Look, remember when the president's daughter got kidnapped by ninjas, and then the president, who is a man who just wears, like dress pants with one suspender, and then like with his one suspender, he goes out and no shirt, by the way. Yeah, one suspender, no shirt, and goes out and kicks butt, just does it, just beats up fools. Well, it's funny because in the story of that game, it's literally like the guy who kidnapped the president's daughter shows up on the TV and is like, ha 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 ha. And that's the story. And that's how much voice acting is in it. So, yeah, not always super common to have a fully voice acted story mode in a beat 'em up like this. There's also a challenge mode where you do different things like combo the combos, see how many of this type of combo you can get in the time allotted. And I am terrible at that kind of stuff. It's why Guacamole posed such a challenge to me once upon a time. I'm a little bit better at it now than I was, but it is what it is. I'm not amazing at it because combo based hack and slashy beat 'em up types are not it's not what I'm best at, but it's what I enjoy a whole lot. Like, it's unfortunate that I enjoy it so much more than I am good at it. But whatever, games are for the having fun, and I sure have fun, and I sure had fun with this one. So, yeah, you pick up Shing, and, gives you this gorgeously animated anime style intro, and you're like, oh, dang, this looks awesome. Uh, and then you realize that the story is kind of ho hum and ridiculous, because it is. That's literally how I feel about it. Like, the story does not make me care about these characters at all. At all. And I couldn't really tell you. Look, you're just somehow the world has been invaded by demon zombies. They're demon zombies. And so, like, you take the demon zombies and you hit them with your sword, and it makes fun visuals, and then you kill them, and then you get different power-ups, and then you use those to kill more. And it gets pretty frantic on the screen because, each demon zombie type, which are very clear to see which one is which, always an important thing in a beat 'em up. Do you know this type of enemy versus that type of enemy, and can you beat them up in the correct way? So much more important to correctly identify them and use the correct strategy in this game than in a lot of beat 'em ups that I've played in my life. Because yeah, you just can't beat them all up the same way. You have to apply different strategies, and the game requires it. So when the screen gets full of multiple different enemy types, like you gotta find one, focus on it first, wipe it out, then go to the next one. You have to be really strategic, as you can see the little ones that turn into little balls and come flying at you, little lightning ball dudes. Like, they wreck my day so often because I forget that I need to dash when they come by, because I'm all set on blocking the shots from the other ones and counter striking the other ones and hitting the right part of the body on the other ones, because there's many different ways of doing the thing. And so it makes it really interesting. It makes it really fun to play because you really have to watch your strategy. With beat 'em ups, there are some that are really forgiving where you just kind of like, you could punch him or kick him or you could hit him this way or that way, and it doesn't really matter that much. This one, it matters. It matters a whole bunch. And so, yeah, you really got to nail your strategy on the fly too, which is, interesting. Now, here's to other thing about it. Gotta mention it because I always mention this stuff. Yeah, you got two male characters and they're dressed like male characters, and then you got two female characters, and one of them is like slightly provocative but not really, and then the other one is like full on booty out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the one of the male characters is like, "Oh, your hot sister," and so that's what's hot, is that she's like the mayor or something. She's like an important figure in this city because she keeps calling it my city, and yeah, I don't know. Like, even in California, seems like they don't vote for the porn stars when they run. So like, why she gotta have like mass cleavage and booty just out to make the game, like, it just is pointless to me. And I know some people are like, but fan service is what I like. Sure, that's for you. For me, it always takes me out of the game when I'm like, you are out there swinging a sword and you're just wearing, like, centerfold outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you wore to the battle today. Uh, it's always like, it takes me right out of it. It always does. And I'm not saying you can't have characters be attractive. Sure, you can have them be attractive. Obviously, they're probably going to be attractive. You don't play a lot of ugly main characters. But thing is that, like, if you're someone like me who probably thinks about it a little too much, if I'm being honest, yeah, it takes me right out of the game. So, feel about that however you want, because that is a factor in this game. Anyway, so yeah, the thing about it is that when you put together any game like this, especially beat 'em ups are a genre where it's all about fun factor. It's a genre that originated in the arcade, and like, you know, as game genre, it's designed to be like, here, we need to keep eating your quarters, so keep playing, kid. Um, and so, yeah, like, if you're going to do it right, it needs to be something that you want to keep playing. And I could not put this one down. I just couldn't. I was having too much fun. So much fun playing it. Because it is so much fun. Because of the, like, diversity that you get. Like, even in early levels, you are getting a diverse number of characters, character types, and it keeps introducing new game mechanics, things that you got to be aware of on the screen at all times. And yes, it does get tough in places. And yes, you really do have to use your strategy, but it's also super much fun because it's unique and different. It's not every beat 'em up that you've ever played in your entire life. And the power-ups really make this a whole different thing, because normally in beat 'em ups, power-ups are like, oh, you picked up a broken beer bottle, or you picked up a bow staff, or you picked up a knife that you can throw one time and then it's gone. Um, the power-ups in this like are actual magical type. They do a thing and make different explodies and combos and different stuff. It makes it so much more interesting because of the way that they are used, and I love it. And I love, like, different enemies dropping different things, and like, oh, this guy's probably going to drop a health orb when I kill him, so I better kill him because I'm running low on life right now. And then I got to come over to this guy and hit him so that I can pick up those lightning power-ups and get all, yeah. So, it just makes the game so much more interesting and so much more fun to play. And that is the point. This game, like, story, who gives a crap? Too much cleavage and butts out, like, I will forgive it, because I don't even have time to look, because that one girl, yeah, her butt is out like the whole time, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the enemies I got to take out, because they're all over the screen, and I got to think about, like, okay, this guy has the armor that switches from part of the body to part of the body, so I got to be watching where to hit him, and it's so super cool. And the boss fights are really good, and they're nice and hard. Difficult to beat some of the bosses. I had to do each boss twice, just to get the patterns down and everything, and that's kind of fun. Knowing that, like, okay, you didn't beat it the first time, but the second time you come into it, you can do it because you've gotten the pattern and you know what to expect. I like that. It's like popping another quarter in the machine. So there is just that old-timey, like, dare I say, the first time that you played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, in 4-player mode at Peter Piper Pizza, like, how much fun that felt. Boy, this sure feels like a lot of fun. And you can totally play it in co-op mode, or you can play it solo, because if you play it co-op, then you're going to have all the characters on screen all the time. And if you play it solo, then you're going to be able to switch between the characters, and you're going to have a ball, because it's super fun. It just is. So, let me put a final score on it before I just continue waxing rhapsodic, because I will, because I can, because I really, really, really enjoy this game. So yeah, take a guess at where you think the final score is going to be. Anyway, okay. So here's what we've learned. What we've learned is that this whole time I have been mixing up the plot lines of Final Fight and Bad Dudes, two completely different beat 'em ups from the same basic era. Yeah, sorry, I'm a complete doofus. Anyway, yeah, how could I ever mix up those two plot lines when it's just like the ninjas have kidnapped fill in blank, go beat 'em up endlessly, because storylines in beat 'em ups. Anyway, regardless, so yeah, how are we rating this one? How are we rating Shing? We are rating Shing. I have to say it like that. By law, it is required. Anyway, but I am rating it a 6 out of a possible 7 Mike Hagar's, or Hagar's. I say Hagar. That's just me. It's probably Hagar. Anyway, but from Final Fight, yeah, we all knew who it was. Anyway, and I will try and go back when I'm putting this video together and edit in the part that identifies me as a doofus when I'm like, oh, he's the president. He gets kidnapped by ninjas, or his daughter does, or I don't know, because I'm a doofus. Anyway, but yeah, this one, Shing, is super much fun. So much fun. Not perfect, but like pretty darn close. Love it very much. Anyway, ladies and gents, that will do it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.